because Maria lived in Sochi from the time she was 2 until she left for the United States at age 7. But you've come back from time to time, so you're no stranger here.
No, I've visited this town. I try to visit once or twice each year. I have relatives here, and to come back and visit those memories of my childhood is quite meaningful for me.
When you hit career milestones, winning Grand Slam events, winning an Olympic medal, did you feel a special connection and pride coming from the people of Sochi?
Look, I think when you reach milestones in your career, you always look back to those days of when you started, and I started in this city. That's where I hit my first tennis ball, so of course I remember the people that helped me. I remember the relatives that were next to me that encouraged me to play the sport, and that's why I enjoy coming back so much.
Well, in keeping with a walk down memory lane, Maria joined Mary Carrillo for a walking tour of her old hometown, now transformed.
It's beautiful. Are we at the Winter Olympics? When I moved to the United States, when people would ask me where I was from, and I would mention the city Sochi, nobody knew where it was, no one knew anything about it, and I would tell people how beautiful the city is.
It is beautiful. Sochi is no longer a secret. The summer resort city coming onto the world stage in these winter games. For Maria ShRapova, returning home is a chance not only to re-explore Sochi's natural wonders, but also revisit the simple joys of her childhood. Like visiting the Sochi Circus, which has been performing here for more than 40 years. Maria, you were even younger than these little kids the first time you came to the Sochi Circus?
I did. I was probably 5 years old the first time I made it to this building, and back then it was a luxury to come to a circus like this.
Do you understand?
I think the reason that the circus in Russia is so popular is because of our culture and our arts and the dance, the ballet as well, and I think the circus, they
Dulce, what is your mommy?
What did you like about
Say it in Russian.
Где твоя мама? Dulce, где твоя мама? Oh my gosh. Dulce, где твоя мама?
The cuisine in Sochi reflects a wide variety of cultures that converge in this part of Russia. Flavors of Georgia, Ukraine, Turkey, and popular local dishes like khachapuri. Are you a good cook?
I'm not. Let's start with that. Okay, that's yours.
This is mine?
That's yours.
Okay.
Roll up your sleeves. Yeah.
Dulce,
Here we go.
где твоя мамочка? Смотри. Dulce, смотри.
This is like a Georgian egg pie.
Oh, this is what we've been waiting for. I would say Russian food is quite heavy. We love our sour cream. Our sour cream is like the American ketchup.
Garcon. A gravy boat of sour cream.
Yes. And, oh wow. Well, that's...
I don't want to hold you.
I'm going to be coming back as a roly-poly.
I love this place.
I think we conquered it.
As a child, ShRapova would work up her appetite here at Riviera Park, hitting against this wall for countless hours. So you've made this wall famous.
Well, clearly. This did not look like this when I was a 4-year-old. We would come here with my dad probably 4 times a week, and I would hit against the wall, and even in the winters, I would be here with my big fur coat.
So this to you was center court, Wimbledon.
Yes, at the time I did not know Wimbledon existed.
What do you do when you realize your life's dream and you're 17?
Just see, there's little kids practicing around. I got to assume that once you became Maria ShRapova, a whole bunch of Sochi kids started playing tennis.
Yeah, I think during that time, it was all about hockey and figure skating, all of the winter sports. And here we are so many years later where you ask a kid, what do you want to be? But now, like, I want to be a tennis player.
So much of what you remember about your old hometown remains recognizable. You can still sense it, but a lot of it you couldn't possibly have imagined, even a few years ago, let alone when you were a little kid.
Never. Just last year, I remember flying into the city and driving to my grandparents' house and seeing that none of the tunnels were open and the roads were still in construction and the stadiums were not even halfway through finished. I had a lot of questions, but when I got here last week, I just had a huge smile on my face because this is a huge accomplishment to get all this done so fast.
How do you plan to experience the Olympics?
Well, I hope I can enjoy a few sports and, you know, be a spectator for once, because that's such a unique experience, and to be able to see things from the side and, you know, look at the coach's perspective, look at the athlete performance, and take it all in.
Is there an affinity that great athletes, even from different disciplines, you haven't met this figure skater or this alpine skier, but he or she immediately says, we're both athletes. There's a connection immediately.
Yes. The first time I felt like that is when I went to the Olympic Village in London. It was such a unified experience, and you saw boxers in the garden getting ready and practicing. You saw other athletes mingling, you know, with each other, and that was really the first time where I realized that athletes in general, we respect each other so much, and there's really nothing like it.
Maria, thank you. Good to see you.
Dulce.
The opening ceremony draws near. The athletes gathering at the Olympic Stadium.
Где твоя
All the
мама?
members of our NBC team. So let's go out to Maria's friend, Mary Carrillo.